This was the absolute best case scenario for the Montreal Canadiens, and I wanted to tell you why. Yesterday, the Habs got lit up 7-3 at the hands of the Toronto Maple Leafs. We made a video earlier this morning talking about Habs fans and their crying out afterwards, hey, Sammy Montembeault sucks, they should get rid of him, Jakub Dobes should be the number one guy, etc., etc. We said it was unfair. And I think it is. Still, thinking about that idea, it's very reactionary, it's very over the top, and it's so indicative of a Habs fan's perspective that is so impulsive. I don't want to go out there and tarnish the entire body of good work that Sammy Montembeault has had for the Canadiens just because of a recent stretch of bad games. He's still had some 950-plus save percentage games sprinkled in there the past little while. It's just that 7-3 loss against Toronto might have been the icing on the cake. But this was the best case scenario for the Montreal Canadiens, and I want to tell you why. Because yesterday, everybody was all doom and gloom. Oh, they blew a 3-0 lead, they allowed 7 in 2 periods, they suck, and this and that and the other. But guess what? The Montreal Canadiens, and by proxy, Montreal Canadiens fans, they had no time to sulk and wallow in depression from this game. You know why? Because the Habs had a freaking back-to-back. They played yesterday, got destroyed by Toronto, then they played today against a struggling New York Rangers team. Guess what? Jakub Dobes gets the start, and the Montreal Canadiens, after putting up a stinker yesterday against Toronto, come over into the Bell Center and beat the Rangers in a huge 5-4 comeback. The Rangers had a 4-3 lead. Slafkovsky scored in the third to make it 4-4, and it was none other than Patrik freaking Laine who scored an OT to give the Habs the dub. This show is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Go out there and check out the first link in the description if you want to save some money and get some free months on ExpressVPN. Also, you'll be helping the channel out by using our affiliate link and making your subscription over there. What I wanted to also talk about before we dive into the game, I unfortunately did not watch much of the game. I had my own floor hockey game to attend to. I thought I played pretty well. We lost, but I thought that I had a pretty strong individual performance. Also, I'm still dog tired from skiing yesterday, so it's been a pretty cardio-filled 48 hours for Lego Rocks 99. But heading into this game, the Montreal Canadiens had no time to sulk and be upset at the game yesterday. It's put up or shut up because they had themselves yet another hockey contest just the next day, and this is where the Habs go out there and show their true worth. You had Wi-Fi going up against Matt Rempe in a big, bad brawl. You had a whole bunch of points from the top Canadiens guys. Of course, it comes with the territory when you score 5 goals in a game, but only 3 Montreal Canadiens forwards did not register a point today. Kirby Dach, Owen Beck, and Yoel Armia. Every single one of the Habs forwards had at least a point, with Dvorak and Gallagher getting 2 points. On D, Lane Hutson played 25 minutes and scored himself an assist. I was clamoring yesterday about how Hutson had the assist against Toronto, but he ended up having net 0 points for my fantasy team because he was a -5. I mean, I guess that just goes to show you how much the Canadiens are relying on the guy if he is being used in all of these minutes and he is literally being deployed as the number 1 defenseman on the team. Actually, that's not true. In this game against New York, Mike Matheson had 26 minutes, and Lane Hutson had 25, so still you can say that the number 1 honors vary from time to time. Anyways, we can talk about my fantasy team later in this video. Let's go over the goals that were scored in this one, starting out with the 1-0 snapshot by Alexis Lafreniere to make everything happen. Started out by Trocheck, he drops it over to the side, it's thrown across, back down low it goes, and the Rangers are able to keep it in at the point. Thrown towards the goal, the rebound out in front, and it is Alexis Lafreniere who buries it by Jakub Dobes. It's a weird bounce, you can't really blame the goalie on that one. Sure, you would like to see him stop it, but still, it was kind of out of nowhere. Making it 1-1, though, just 2 minutes later is none other than Gallagher himself. It is B-Gals, who tips in Christian Dvorak's long throw-in. Dvorak is on the half boards. He just chucks it towards the net, and Gallagher is there to tip it in. Although all it took was 40-something seconds for Will Cuylle to score himself a goal, capitalizing on a Montreal Canadiens turnover in their own zone. It's an unfortunate play up the middle by Arbor-Xhekaj. It gets deflected over to Cuylle. He has a wide open lane in front of the goal, walks in, shoots, and scores. It is 2-1 New York. In the second period, hey, guess what? Dvorak and Gallagher get back at it again. At the end of a power play, you got the second unit out there. The Rangers are able to get it out, but eventually the power play expires and that second Habs unit is still out there. They capitalize on the turnover and they streak down the left side. Cutting into the front, Gallagher over to Dvorak. He shoots and it is in. What a nice goal there by Dvorak, coming in hot, his 4th on the season to tie things up 2-2. Give it 5 minutes, though, and Mika Zibanejad on the Rangers power play. Hey, guess what? Everybody talks about how Zibby is a power play merchant. He scores and converts on a power play opportunity here. It is a Adam Fox feed who finds itself over to Zibanejad. He holds onto it for ages and then fires it towards the goal. It is a 3-2 New York lead, but not for long, because 5 minutes later, it was Nick Suzuki who comes in and ties it all by himself here. An unassisted goal by Captain Nick, who takes control after the New York Rangers kind of fumble it behind their own goal line. That's just a hard, heavy forecheck by Nick Suzuki to take away the pass and fire it by Jonathan Quick, who is still looking for win number, 700 in his career? Suzuki, beautiful steal. That's the heart and soul of a captain right there. And then Chris Kreider, oh, the ever-so-dreaded Chris Kreider, scores just 1 minute later. Yeah, it was a goal fest, people. As Adam Fox walks into the zone, he comes in with a shot, stopped up, either by the goalie or by somebody else. Who knows? There was a lot of traffic there. The puck then squeaks through, another drive towards the goal, and it's kept in once more. Fox then throws it into the crease, and Chris Kreider is right there to put it in behind Dobes. It's a tip-in shot. It's tough for the goaltender to grab those ones on the back door. In the third period, we had ourselves Slafkovsky from Caulfield and Hudson. Thank goodness Lane Hudson scored himself an assist, keeping the point streak alive here. Slafkovsky throws it up. It gets settled down there. Hudson picks it right back up, comes down Main Street over to the left side. Caulfield in front, the rebound for Uri, and it is a 4-4 hockey game. Then in extra time, it's Patrik Laine. That's it. That's all you gotta know here. The Canadiens take control once again. They come into the zone. Laine throws it over to the side. Back out in front for Laine. A beautiful give and go by Cayden Goulet. Patrik Laine is a guy that I picked up in fantasy today because one of my tightest matchups heading into today, I was down by like 4 or 5 points or whatever. I had Hudson, and I needed another guy to give me another game. I had one extra ad, so I was like, okay, we got to add Laine here. If Hudson and Laine both get points, then I'm good. I win my matchup. And lo and behold, Hudson got himself the assist earlier. Laine got the overtime winner, and I ended up winning my matchup. That was super tight over here. Unfortunately, I went 6 for 8 in this week's fantasy. I had 2 teams that ended up losing. One of them is because I straight up just lost. And the other team that I ended up losing with this week lost literally because Patrick Kane was a -3 today against the Dallas Stars. Had he not been a -3, I would have won that same matchup, because the negative points really bit me in the ass with Patty Kane being out there for all those goals against. But anyways, I still ended up winning most of my matchups, so I'm happy with this week and how everything went. I might have to drop Kane for Laine. I don't know. It's kind of tough. But anyways, the Montreal Canadiens took advantage of their terrible circumstances from yesterday's game and used all of that energy to convert it into offensive contribution today against a Rangers team that has also been down and out. Montreal, this was the best case scenario. Bad loss yesterday, good win today, a huge comeback, and Patty Laine still getting goals. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about the Montreal Canadiens comeback win against the New York Rangers? I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.